Salut à tous les amis, on est de retour pour la suite de notre aventure sur Elle et Noire. Et on attaque la suite de l'aventure. On s'était arrêté ici juste après qu'on ait terminé une nouvelle enquête. Donc, let's go.
Sarge, why are the guys giving it to the doggies? They're riding in trucks, numbskull, while you're marching.
They look pretty badly beat up.
Yeah, they do at that. Scuttlebutt says it's pretty hard going down south.
Yeah, we'll find out soon enough. Recon always leads. How can we fail, Skip, with the Shadow leading the show? Who the fuck is the Shadow? Lieutenant Phelps, the Shadow of Death.
What the fuck are you talking about?
He's a quiet fucker, Sarge. Never hear the bastard coming. You're sitting there, field stripping a cigarette, and suddenly he's there looking down on you.
Why do you think we keep saluting that Jap-loving son of a bitch? He's bad juju.
That's enough out of you three. Bad juju? Where were you dragged up? A swamp?
Ok. La Belle et le Clochard.
Good morning, gentlemen, and what a grand morning it is, too. We have just cause for celebration. Galloway and Phelps are sending another fiend to San Quentin. A nice showy trial, and he'll be strapped down with gas seeping into his tiny reptile brain. Now, the fresh business. Galloway and Phelps, the task is at hand. The address is on the hill, north downtown off Fremont Avenue.
I can tell you're lying.
Okay.
Your lips are moving.
Skipper, is the new letter genuine?
Now, boys, we all know how many imbeciles have confessed in the short case.
I got a
Ray
call
Pinker
back
will let
saying
us know
you
in
was
good
the
time.
first line. I recognize that guy from the paper.
Greetings from sunny California. Stop.
Bon, il est où le Gugus ça? Allez, bouge ton boule, toi.
Fine morning indeed. We keep locking them up, but the bodies keep piling up.
Yeah, Californians love a fad, Phelps. As long as the bricks hold up in San Quentin, there'll always be killers in this town to send.
First the letter, and now another body. Come on, you can't keep on telling me there's not a killer still out there.
No, Phelps, all these arrests on your record are giving you a reputation. You don't want them turning into unsolved.
Getting a vicious killer off the streets is more important than my reputation.
Really?
And besides, landing a big fat marlin is more impressive than an ocean full of minnows.
The minnows make it the man, Phelps. You can't always hit home runs. Sometimes you just gotta make first beats.
Ok.
That guy there will lead us up.
Steeling myself for what I'm about to see.
That'll just be another dead body, Porter. You're used to seeing them. You're the gig when you're working homicide, Phelps.
On y arrive. Ok.
Detectives,
Phelps and Galloway, homicide.
scene secure. The rest of the patrolmen are going door to door, canvassing for witnesses.
Thanks. Keep me informed.
Will do, Detective.
This looks awfully familiar.
I think that's the impression the boys from the Examiner took with them as well.
There's nothing original under the sun. Why should murder be any different?
What do we have so far?
Not much trace evidence to speak of. Storm blew in around 10 last night, and the rain washed most of it away.
And the body?
Looks like she was tipped out of an automobile from the tire tracks and superficial injuries. Strangled with a length of rope. And for my money, it's triple braid again.
Time of death?
From her temperature, maybe 2 a.m., but it was cold last night.
Usual head injuries.
Blunt force trauma. Knock him over the head.
Désolé,
then
hein, je
strangle
mange en
and
même
mutilate.
temps.
No
Désolé du
message
bruit,
with this one.
si vous entendez.
At least she was left clothed.
I doubt very much he was concerned with her dignity.
The green silk dress is very distinctive. Any sign of her other shoe?
No. And no handbag or other personal effects.
Ok. Un spécial.
There appears to be a dry cleaning label. Superior Laundry Services, F1363.
Mhm. Bon, le spécial ici. Ok. Il y a des traces de pas.
No drag marks. Killer was moving around, surveying the scene. Our driver and our killer are most likely one and the same.
Ok.
It doesn't appear to be connected.
Bon.
Detectives, I've been working the houses across the street and up the block. This lady thinks she has something for us.
Detective Phelps, LAPD.
I'm Mrs. Barton, Catherine Barton. I live just across the way.
Ok.
Did you see anyone around here last night?
Not last night, but yesterday, early evening, I saw that awful hobo.
Do you have a description?
Tall, gaunt, horribly disfigured. I think he may have had an accident in the war. He's a very scary, angry man.
Any idea where we might find him?
One of the hobo camps around here. He's some kind of hobo leader. They all follow him around.
Thank you, ma'am. You've been a big help.
Of course. Anything I can do to help. I'd hate to think that something so ghastly could happen right here and nothing be done about it.
Mhm. Ok.
Phelps, badge 1247.
How can I help, Detective?
I need an address on Superior Laundry Services.
Just a moment. Superior Laundry Services, 1260 West 1st Street.
Can you track down reports of hobo camps in the vicinity of Signal Hill?
Just a moment, Detective. There's a large camp under the bridge on Grand between Temple and Sunset.
Thanks for your help.
Bon. On peut y aller du coup. On a deux lieux. Qu'est-ce qui t'arrive? Prends la bagnole, non? Non? Bon alors je prends la bagnole qui est là.
Great. How are we gonna look getting around in this thing, Cole?
Allez hop, la blanchisserie d'abord. Let's go.
No message.
Excuse me?
There was no message.
Where?
On the Vic. last bodies had something written on them. This one didn't.
I'm failing to follow you.
Can't be the same guy is what I'm saying, right? Before you start trying to link this to Maldonado and all the others.
There are more factors to consider than the messages, Rusty.
This doesn't fit your pattern, Cole. End of conversation. Understand?
Et bon, on y est.
At least the rain stopped. You can change back into those white bucks now.
Phelps and Galloway, LAPD. We're investigating a case, and one of your laundry labels came up. F1363.
If you give me a minute, I'll go find a register and you can take a look. You take a look for yourself. I've got clothes that need pressing.
Ok.
You wrote the number down on that dress, is it there?
Alors, on a dit... C'est celui-là. Voilà.
Mrs. T. Terrellson, 43 Emerald Street, Westlake.
Ok. On va aller directement au bâtiment de Clochard et après on ira directement
I think we ought to investigate the
on va
hobo
indiquer.
lead.
Well, if you think we ought to, then I guess we ought.
Ouch.
Calm down.
Always bother. Never don't leave me alone. I fought. Risked my wife. Nobody cares about me. I took a bullet.
We're looking for a
Nobody cares
tall
about
man
me.
with a disfigured face. Do you know him?
Huh? What? I fought in 2 wars, you know, son. I think I earned some peace and quiet.
The bum isn't here. We should follow the lead. These guys can wait.
Ok.
I've got a feeling we're about to meet another wife killer.
You've always got that feeling, Rusty.
Yeah, and it's usually correct.
Please, for once, can you not let your assumptions color your detective work?
Just you wait. Nordic types show a particular disposition for this stuff.
15 at Alvera Street Plaza, Unit AM code 3 identified.
Hello? Yes?
Detectives Phelps and Galloway. Is your wife home, sir?
My wife went out last night and she hasn't come home.
Can you describe your wife and what she was wearing?
We were out at a friend's place, Bobby Ross's, for a party. She was kind of dolled up. She had her green silk dress, open-toed white shoes. Those are her favorite shoes.
Can we come in, Mr. Tarleton? I'm afraid we have some rather bad news. Do you have someone who can look after your children, Mr. Tarleton?
I've been trying to arrange a sitter. Look, tell me what's happened.
I'm afraid your wife was murdered last night. Her body was found this morning. We're very sorry for your loss. I know this is a difficult time, Mr. Tarleton, but we are going to need you to answer some questions. First, we're going to take a look around.
What for? You don't think
it's procedure. You see to your girls.
Stay here till Daddy's finished talking to these men.
Where's Mommy?
Everything's gonna be all right, sweetheart.
We would like Mommy to come home now, Daddy.
What's the problem, Tarleton? Let him search. You got nothing to hide. You want to hear something funny, Tarleton? Some bums think filling out a missing persons report actually rules them out as a suspect.
To check if she was a regular.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder why the picture was turned down.
It would take a smarter man than me to connect that. Probably nothing.
Encore le même truc.
Baron's bar again. Someone must be real sweet on this dive.
If you'd excuse me, ladies.
I don't think so.
So she went out without her handbag? At least she was spared that particular indignity.
Un spécial là.
She'd have to be in quite a state to leave this behind.
We can see if Pinker can match the impression to the crime scene. Ours was out in the rain last night.
I'll be out of your way momentarily, ladies.
Ah, boule. Ok.
For the record, Mr. Tarleton, what is your wife's name?
Teresa.
Do you have any idea why anyone would want to hurt your wife?
No. Everyone loved Teresa. She was so full of life. It can't be anyone who knew her.
So you don't know anyone who would want her dead?
No, I don't.
You said you went to a party at Bobby Ross's place?
That's right. Bobby had a bunch of people over. We were having a good time. She said she was bored and decided to leave.
You let your drunk wife leave the party and go off on her own?
Look, I was angry. I was having a good time. She has to go and ruin it. We always have to do what she wants to do. Last night she wanted to go dancing.
Any idea where?
Where she always goes. A bar down on North Beaudry Avenue. Baron's Bar. She goes there, drinks too much, gets maudlin, and calls me. I go and bring her home.
Mr. Tarleton, was Teresa happy at home?
Yeah, I think she was.
Mm-hmm.
Spill it, Tarleton. We like the look of you for this, so you better give us something.
We're at the party. She has a few and says she wants to go out dancing. We only have the sitter until 9. I get mad. I tell her to go ahead, but I'm staying. She storms out. Look, I'm doing well at cards. I hardly ever do well. I married her because she was so much fun, but now she drives me fucking crazy.
What time did she leave the party?
About 8:30, maybe a little earlier.
When was the last time you saw your wife?
Around 8:30. The card game at Bobby's was wrapping up. I played out my hand and drove home here. I paid the sitter and went to bed.
Why did you only report your wife missing this morning?
I thought she would have called up last night from the bar.
Thanks for answering our questions, Mr. Tarleton. You'll need to go downtown to identify your wife's body.
I should have taken her dancing.
In my experience, Mac, if you give in to broads, you'll be giving in to them your entire life.
Y a pas un téléphone dans le coin là? Bouge toi. Il y a un téléphone.
Operator, give me R&I.
Putting you through now.
Cole Phelps, badge 1247.
How can I help, Detective?
Can you run an address for a Bobby Ross? Then send some uniforms over.
Would you like him picked up?
No. Suspect says he was with Ross last night. We need to confirm the alibi.
I'll get a prowl car dispatched.
Thank you. Appreciate your time, sir.
You believe this guy's story?
Kind of rings true.
Allez, go.
breathe, damn it!
Watch where you're driving, you maniac!
Where's that goddamn waitress?
Gents, drink? Phelps and Galloway, LAPD. I'm Benny Clough. This about Teresa Terrelson? Yes, it is. I heard about it on the radio. They're saying it was that Black Dahlia freak again? God damn it. Yeah, I rang that husband of hers. The babysitter said he was out.
If you don't mind, we have a few questions. What time did Teresa leave?
Around 10:30, I think.
On foot? In a car? By bus? How was it?
She called for a cab.
Did you get the number?
Sure I did. I like Teresa. The only time she has a drink is when things aren't going so good at home. I was worried about her.
When the hell's the food gonna arrive already?
Put out an APB on the cab. 3591. Should be traceable. Who was she with? We've had reports about a tall, gaunt-looking hobo. He wasn't here last night?
I get plenty of bums in here, but nothing to fit that description.
The likelihood is that whoever she left here with killed her. Give it up, Benny.
All right, 2 creeps were all over her, promising to take her dancing.
You get a good look at these guys?
Sure. I got a good look. One of them was a sailor in uniform. His cap said, USS Indiana.
And the other men?
The other guy is Richard Bates. He's sitting in the back right now. Red polo shirt.
Any idea where she was headed?
Nope. I didn't get that.
The husband said she wanted to go dancing.
And she always wants to dance when she's been drinking. She was trying to talk some guys into taking her to one of the dance halls.
Thank you for your help, Mr. Clough. We'll take it from here.
Hey, no problem.
This is Bates.
That's him.
LAPD, don't make me chase you, shitbird.
C'est reparti pour la course
Can't let the
poursuite.
son of a bitch get away.
All around.
Go, Phelps, get after it. Come on, got a ride. Get in and drive.
Dégage de là, toi. Vas-y, vas-y, vas-y.
I thought you were gonna leave me there.
Who knows what this guy will pull when he's cornered? We could have a killer on our hands.
Oula, oula. Oui, 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 oui.
Come on, Phelps, you're letting this lust get away from you.
Wow, wow, wow. Je vais le choper par la route.
I don't think the killer would be kicking back in the bar where he met the Vic in.
Listen, a creature of habit is your killer. For some reason, they're sticklers for routine.
Phelps, you gotta get me closer. Keep it steady and I'll try to bust his tires.
Let's end this fun.
All right, you got me. Show me your hands.
You're gonna answer some questions.
I have a choice in this.
Last night, you went drinking with a lady in the bar. Now she's dead. And your face is all messed up.
I'm in the clear on that. She preferred a sailor.
You could lay it off on him. Are we finished?
Do you want my partner to sap you? Tell us what we want to know.
She was okay. Drunk. Pissed off at her old man, wanting to go dancing. I thought I'd ply her with a few drinks and get my end away. Looks like your Salty had the same idea.
So what happened when you left the bar?
Sailor Boy laid one on me. A cheap shot. After that, I don't know.
You've done time, haven't you, Rick? Is that why you ran?
I'm on parole.
On what offense?
Sexual assault. Look, I was lying there on the sidewalk. He flags a cab and jumps in with the broad.
We're taking you in, Bates.
How come?
Just for a chat. Nice private chat. I'll explain my theory of once a degenerate, always a degenerate.
Take him to Central. He's a material witness in a murder case. Find him a cozy cell.
Richard here knows the drill.
Bon. Là-bas.
Phelps, batch 1247.
How can I help, Detective?
I need an APB out on a yellow cab, number 3591. Ask dispatch to relay all sightings to car 11K.
No problem. I'll get on the radio.
Were there any incident reports filed in the vicinity of Barron's Bar on North Beaudry Avenue? We're tracking a sailor who was involved in a fight outside the bar.
I can check the reports, Detective. I have a message for you from Captain Donnelly. Message reads, James Jessup, U.S. Navy able seaman, has information relevant to your case. Jessup is currently being detained at Central Station.
Could be our man. Thanks.
Très bien.
Possible jumper at 8th and Hope, the Methodist Church, unit to handle code 2 identified.
Car 11K, we have a response on your APB regarding yellow cab number 3591. The vehicle has been identified at a gas station. Now heading west on 7th Street.
J'ai même pas vu devant lui.
Garage on 7th Street. Let's hit it, Phelps. The cab driver might tie this whole thing together.
I hope you're right.
Non mais j'allais d'abord au central. Bougez de là, mettez pas vous devant, putain.
Hey, come on!
What?
11K, yellow cab number 3591, sighted at the corner of Wilshire and Whitmer. Repeat, Wilshire and Whitmer, 11K.
D'accord.
Where's that cab got you now?
Ok, c'est bon, j'ai compris. On peut aller au central directement. Oh mais qu'est-ce qu'il fout là, lui? Putain, c'est pas vrai.
Cole!
Wait.
11K, further on your APB on yellow
Pas descendre par là, là.
3591. Vehicle identified at Reggie's Cafe, heading north on Whitmer. KGPL clear.
Ah, je suis coincé. Mais qu'est-ce que je fais?
Jesus, Phelps!
Oh! Non, vous savez quoi? Allez, descends. On va prendre une. Allez hop, au pif. Viens avec moi là.
You see our taxi anywhere?
Just go easy,
Vas-y.
Phelps.
Je suis en train de perdre du temps dans mon enquête là, c'est un truc de ouf. Désolé hein, de ce contretemps. Je suis à la recherche d'un taxi là, c'est quoi ce bordel là? Je crois que c'est un taxi, mais je suis pas sûr.
Whoa there.
Voilà. Normalement, c'est tout droit. Mais non, en fait, on est retourné ici, quoi. C'est lui.
LAPD, we're investigating a
What's
murder.
that got to do with me?
The fare you picked up from Barron's bar last night. What was the woman wearing?
It's a green dress. Oh, don't tell me something's happened to her.
Tell me about her.
She was with this sailor, and he was all over her. She wasn't having any of it. Said she just wanted to dance. But he had that look in his eye.
Where did you drop them off?
It's at the Crystal Ballroom.
What time?
After midnight. 12:30? Something like that.
Thanks. You've been a big help.
Well, that's gone and ruined my day.
Bon. Finalement, on peut retourner au commissariat maintenant. Tout ça, la pourchette d'un taxi, quoi. Désolé, hein, j'ai mis un peu de bouche. D'ailleurs, je sais même pas depuis combien de temps on est dessus, là. Sur cette enquête.
You're gonna kill us! Jesus, Phelps, you're terrorizing these poor slubs.
Il fait tellement sombre dans mon écran, là, c'est un truc de ouf.
If we survive this, it's gonna be a miracle.
Descends. Voilà. À l'ancienne.
He's in interview 2.
Thanks. What do you make of him?
Sailor on furlough who looks like he's in trouble and knows it.
Ok. Numéro 2, tu m'as dit, hein? Non, ça c'est 1. 2, c'est de l'autre côté. Voilà, il est là.
Detectives Phelps and Galloway. We know why you're here, Jessup, so it would be best if you answered our questions truthfully.
I don't want any trouble, that's why I'm here. I heard on the radio about this lady getting killed. I got leave from my CO to come down straight away.
So why did you kill her?
I didn't kill anyone. Look, you need to believe me.
Let's start at the beginning. You went to Barron's Bar. What time did you arrive?
I got a 24-hour pass. I got there around 7.
That's where you met Teresa Terrellson?
Sure. We had a couple of drinks.
So you tried to make a woman who was incredibly drunk?
Look, I'm not proud of myself, but I never hurt her.
You took her dancing?
That's right. Caught a cab to the Crystal Ballroom.
You had a fist fight with Richard Bates over Mrs. Terrellson.
You met the guy? He's a creep. You should take a look at him for this.
He's pointing the finger directly at you, Jessup.
I only had one night before I was back in the tub. He had all the time in the world to look for some action. I belted him. I'd do it again. She was better off with me.
Sure. You're a shining example of chivalry, Jessup. Where did you go after the Crystal Ballroom?
I think the wind had gone out of her sails by then. She caught a cab and I caught a bus back to the base.
We spoke to the cab driver. Tell us what really happened at the Crystal Ballroom.
I'd had enough. She was all upset about her husband balling, about her kids. She looked old. Left around closing, maybe 1:30. Got on a bus and she fell asleep on my shoulder.
Which bus?
An All-American, 249. I went past her place. She jumped off and I stayed on it downtown. After that, I caught another bus to San Pedro. The Indiana's down there. She's being scrapped.
And that was the last you saw of Teresa?
Yeah, that's right. We didn't say much. I think she was kind of embarrassed.
The cab driver said that you were getting pretty familiar with Teresa.
It's not how I'd put it.
But she wasn't coming across.
No, she wasn't.
We're holding you till we can clear this with the driver.
Yeah, my CO said as much.
Can you put the guy in 2 in a cell and inform the commander?
Sure, Detective. Got a message for you. Sighting of your disfigured hobo on Grand between Temple and Sunset. And it looks like the Beau has a record, too. He's wanted in connection with 2 female assaults.
Thanks.
Well, what now? Drive all the way to San Pedro and check
Bon, on va
the
chercher le
locker?
guignol, là.
Let's see if the bus story checks out.
There's a depot at 1660 Beverly Boulevard. 3 suspects in the can and 1 on the hoof. Still no hard evidence on any of them.
Whoa, if someone reports this...
Ah, ça va être la merde.
LAPD. We'd like a word with you.
Save it for someone who's interested. They're fascists.
Come to move us on and steal what little we have left.
6 rounds won't get us far.
I need you to stay copacetic. We need to hold out till the cavalry arrives.
How do we do that?
Like this.
Buckshot, keep you down, Phelps.
If
The
you want
disciples
your
know what you
rightful
did last
share,
night?
we need to fight for it.
Ouh là là. Mais défends-toi du con. Mais il frappe pas le con. Mais what the fuck?
Buckshot, keep you down, Phelps.
If you want your rightful share, we need to fight for it.
Mais tu frappes, connard.
Disciples know what you did last night? These men know they're harboring a murderer?
Oh là, enchaîne-le. Boum. Voilà. C'est oh.
What's your name?
Comrade Stalin.
Very funny. We'll find out from your personal effects.
Stuart Ackerman.
You're under suspicion for murder, Ackerman. We're taking you downtown.
You can't do anything more to me than what the Japanese have already done.
Ok.
The Kremlin's over here, Phelps. Toss it and see what you find.
Looks familiar. Safe bet it'll match the mark under Teresa Terreldson's chin.
Mm-hmm.
Ackerman doesn't look like much of a dancer.
Parfait.
The husband has an alibi, but no real motive other than neglect. Jessup's alibi checks out. Bates is a recidivist. He'll be pulling the same shtick until we put him away for good. Ackerman has history, opportunity, hard evidence. What motive?
We have the evidence. We know she was here. All we need is a confession and we can charge the bum with murder.
J'ai l'impression qu'elle est super longue l'enquête. Ding.
Cole, come on!
Quoi? Voilà. La gare routière. Bon. Bus. J'espère qu'on va pas commencer à suivre un bus, je me rappelle même plus.
And thank you, ma'am. You have a safe trip now. Where are you boys headed today?
LAPD. We're after the driver of All-American 249. Would have been around midnight onwards last night.
Just a minute. Frank Zeffirelli. He's your man.
Where can we find him?
Frank is out on the 7-4.
Can you tell us the route?
Hang on. I should have it mapped out here somewhere.
Okay. D'accord.
I'll need to run the loop.
Isn't that the cop that caught the guy that was pretending to be dead?
We're not gonna drive the whole thing, are we?
Won't take long. We have a siren.
Well, you don't see that.
Ok. Il est où ma bagnole? Ah, elle est là-bas, j'ai même pas vu. Ok.
All-American 7-4, let's go get him.
On va retourner au commissariat parce que là, suivre le trajet du bus, c'est impossible.
This could be a long trip, Cole.
Or it could be a short one.
And here's me without my hip flask and only a pain in the ass for company.
Way to kick off the drive in high spirits, Rusty. Comments like that put me in just the right mood for some legwork.
Touchy.
You know what your problem is? You don't like hard work. This kind of rigorous search is what police work is all about. Discipline.
Save it, Phelps. You're just as bored as I am.
Yoo-hoo!
Give me a break. Nope, still no sign of him.
You doze off, Rusty?
We're going this way.
Où? Là?
Ackerman, you were in the Marines.
How do you know?
The Corps selected big guys for flamethrower duty. That's how you got the burns.
Life expectancy was 5 minutes for a guy in flamethrower detail. What kind of a government puts weight like that on a man's shoulders?
You'll get no argument from me. It was a heavy load.
You feeling sorry for this smelly fuck?
Can you identify the man in this picture?
Why did you kill Mrs. Terrellson?
I have no recollection of the people I have killed.
You hate women, Ackerman?
More than you could ever imagine.
How much did you hate Mrs. Terrellson?
I ache to put my seed in them. Afterwards, I have no use for them.
Can I have my phone call?
A bus driver dropped Mrs. Terrelson near your camp around 2 a.m. Why did you take her up to the hill?
Which hill? I have many places. I go where I please.
Can you take these bracelets off? They hurt.
You're lying, Ackerman. There must be a reason. You could have killed her in the camp.
My reasons are my own. Can you disprove what I say?
I have faith in the Lord. Do you, senor?
Isn't there anything else you can do? Where's a boat?
Do I need to find someone to look after me?
Sorry. Sometimes you have to shake the tree to see what falls out. You are clearly insane, Ackerman. The state of California does not execute mental patients.
I don't know the names of the women I've killed, but I've killed many of them. Their necks are so fragile.
Where were you around 2 a.m. last night?
At the camp.
You have an alibi? Someone reliable. Someone who will be around on the day of the trial.
Fuck your trial. The capitalist system needs another victim from amongst the masses. So be it.
Stuart Ackerman, I am charging you with the murder of Teresa Terrelson.
A man down on his luck I can abide. But a filthy red who chooses to live outside the rules of society, I cannot stomach. Maybe poor Teresa Terrelson will provide the catalyst we need. I've spoken to the chief and the mayor, and I think it's time we send some men in to remove the godless and send them on their way over the county line. A grand day that will be, gentlemen. And a grand result you have brought me. You two are fast becoming my finest crusaders.
Bon, une enquête terminée, très bien. Désolé du bruit.
And now my heart's a blazing ruin. You say that you were only fooling. Don't walk away. Don't do me wrong. Don't leave me singing this torched song when I'm burning.
Faute de frappe.
We will look into it. Yes, I'm aware that it's an election year. Keep a hold of your head, Counselor. Now is not the time to lose your nerve. It would appear that someone has hocked a rose gold wedding ring and matching engagement ring. Sound familiar?
Deirdre Muller.
Press the pawnbroker and see what you can find out. The address is 348 South Main Street. The Muller case goes before the grand jury next week, and the DA does not want any egg on his face. Then get out to the railroad depot on Santa Fe Avenue. We have another poor unfortunate found this morning beside a railroad line. 40-year-old white woman.
Right, Skipper.
Ok. Bon, je pense qu'on va bientôt s'arrêter là. Hein. C'est une nouvelle enquête qui commence. On va aller directement sur le lieu de rendez-vous et on s'arrêtera là, je pense. Ah, la journée, enfin. Enfin, il fait jour. Là, c'était très sombre tout à l'heure. Bon, il est où l'autre? Allez, bouge. Allez, go.
You've got to admit, this is looking hot.
Anyone could pawn us. Slow and steady, come on!
But if you take it along with all of the other indicators...
Hold. Hugo Moeller was identified by the school's groundkeeper. He's our guy.
Witnesses have fingered the wrong guy before.
He ran, for God's sake.
And he always maintained he was set up.
How can I help you boys?
Detectives Phelps and Galloway, LAPD. You have a rose gold wedding and engagement ring?
David Bremner. Am I gonna get something for this pledge? Gave that bum money, now you guys are gonna leave me short.
How much did you give it?
$50?
Try another number.
20?
Try 10. Feel lucky you're getting it.
I have the rings right here.
Mm-hmm. What's this mark here?
Maker's mark. Usually traceable. That one came from Hartfield's Jewelry down on Broadway.
Thanks for the tip. Does this mark mean anything?
Hallmark. Gives you an idea of the quality.
What have you got on the guy who brought these in?
Goes by the name of Percy B. Shelley. Gave an address. 15 Poland Street, London, Tulare County.
Can you give us a description of the man who pawned these rings?
Not sure. Medium height, medium build. Dark hair, I think. Sorry. He just had one of those forgettable faces.
We'll be in touch, Mr. Bremner.
Mm-hmm. Ok. Bon, on va aller directement au dépôt ferroviaire et je pense qu'on va s'arrêter là, les amis, pour cette partie. On va commencer une nouvelle enquête, donc on va commencer pour la prochaine fois. Hein.
We could have the local troopers check out the Tulare County address.
The address is bogus. Purpose having fun with us. The guy who's been sending the Dahlia letters is also the guy who pawned these rings.
How do you figure that?
Percy Bysshe Shelley wrote the poem that came with the Dahlia letter. The Dahlia letters are genuine.
If we survive this, it's going to be a miracle.
Percy Bysshe Shelley wrote the poem that came with the Dahlia letter. The Dahlia letters are genuine. The man who killed Elizabeth Short may have also killed Deirdre Mullen.
And how do we prove that, Phelps? Skipper ain't gonna like this one.
We're gonna have to rely on this guy tripping up on his own humanity.
Je suis allé un peu trop loin. Ouais.
Watch it, will you?
If you want
Je suis allé un peu trop
instructions on how to
loin.
wipe your ass, you let me know.
Je vais descendre. C'était juste en dessous. Par où je peux passer? Ah voilà, par là. Voilà. Ah non. Bouge, bouge, bouge. Ah, c'est de l'autre côté là. savez quoi? Je sais même pas si je pourrais l'attaquer comme ça. Aïe. Je vais foncer directement dans le tas là, comme ça. Non, ça va même pas. Ah bah super. Ouais. Passer par là ou pas? Ouais, c'est bon.
Gently.
Ouais. On va faire tout le tour par là-bas. Voilà. Merci. Oh, t'abuses là. Voilà, c'est bon, on y est. Ok.
You boys ready? Follow me.
Là, je
Keep
suis
this development with the rings
Okay.
under our hat until we speak with the captain.
We're all on the same team, Rusty.
Chain of command, Phelps. The skipper will decide who needs to know. You got it?
Hard, isn't it?
Yeah. I look after all the rail depots.
What have you got?
The Negro, Nelson Gaines, called it in. I came down here to make sure him and the other guy, Jameson, stuck around.
Jameson found the body?
Something like that. Guy makes me sick.
We'll talk to the coroner. Keep an eye on both of them.
Bon les amis, on va s'arrêter là en plein dans cette enquête. J'espère que ça vous a plu. N'hésitez pas à partager à la chaîne évidemment. Et on se retrouvera pour la prochaine fois. Ciao, bye.